Millennials, actually, people writing for millennials need to stop ruining everything that was great about my generation. I mean, seriously, you guys are fucking everything up. This shouldn't even be called the millennial generation. This generation peep or pussy, because they're a bunch of fucking pussies. They're the ones who need a safe space to cry in. They can't hear no words. If they do, it makes them sad. They're genital fluid or gender fluid. Basically, they want to say they can fuck anybody they want to. They just don't want to be labeled by it. Shut the fuck up. And you have to be like super PC with them. I mean, part of the fault of that is my generation, like Generation X. Because we started that bullshit. Not we, like everybody in this generation. This doesn't go for every single millennial or people under millennial. What do you even call those people? Like pre-millennials, Generation Z? Or I can't even imagine what that generation is going to be like. It's got to be about anybody under 18 or something like that. I don't know, make up your own fucking name for your generation. Just stop this nonsense. How about generation make some fucking sense already? That'd be great. But we started this shit, we had the Janine Garofalo's and all these people who started, the feminist wave, the new feminist wave, and all this, PC shit started, and you couldn't say certain things anymore. And then the millennials came around like, we are going to take that football, we are going to fucking make a touchdown and going to run with it to the next stadium. We are going to do it so much worse than you guys. Case in point, kind of like a guilty pleasure movie that I loved growing up was Heathers. And if you don't know what the movie Heathers is, it's a Broadway show, which I kind of was already like, I don't know about that. But it was starring Winona Ryder, Christian Slater, Shannon Doherty. For pre-millennials, you probably don't know who she is. She was in 90210 like a long time ago, and I think now she's like sick or something like that. I don't know what's going on with her. But it was this kind of pop culture thing where basically the story was it was the first Mean Girls. It was better than Mean Girls because these girls were fucking vicious. They said the most gutter bucket nasty shit, like "fuck me gently with a chainsaw" is a quote from that movie. A bunch of other shit. And they were a clique of popular girls named Heather. Every single one of them was named Heather. They didn't know why. And there was one Veronica, played by Winona Ryder, who was desperately trying to be part of this group. She hated them. She didn't want to be friends with these bitches. But Christian Slater comes along, who's kind of like a bad boy, and they get an idea to kind of get even with one of the Heathers, and they accidentally feed her bleach. And it is, I know it sounds like horrifying and really bad, like why would you want to watch that? It's hilarious. It's one of the fucking best, bad movies you've ever seen, but it's actually really good. It had really hip dialogue for that time, and it influenced, Mean Girls and Jawbreakers, and all. This was the first Mean Girls movie ever, and it's still, to me, the best. And it gets really dark. It tackles, subjects like suicide, and they start faking suicides, making it look like, they're freaked out because they killed the one Heather. So they start, faking the suicides of other people. More the boyfriend, but Winona Ryder goes along with it. And it just gets weirder and weirder, and it's just so wrong, the whole movie, that it's really good. So I was kind of really psyched yesterday when I saw on Twitter #Heathers trending. I'm like, oh man, maybe they remade it, because it is dated. It was made in like 1989, 1990 or something like that. It's an 80s movie. And, I'm not opposed to a good remake. A good remake, there's lots of them out there. I'm not including anything by Rob Zombie because he can't direct anything. I know some people love that new Halloween, or the Halloween remake. It was horrible. He shouldn't put his wife in anything. She can't act. She's good at being on the pole, and that's it. But if you guys don't know and are excited about it, the first thing I got unexcited about was that it was a TV show. I was like, they can't. I was like, maybe if it was effects where they could actually say the word fuck and nobody will cry about it, okay, maybe I could see where you're going with it. No. Then I saw the cast for the new Heathers. The Mean Girls are now, the clique consists of 3 people. A big fat chick who looks like she's a cross between like a nerd girl and a goth girl. A random black chick. Okay, fine. And a flaming faggot. And when I say flaming faggot, I think gay men should be upset at this stereotype that's being perpetuated of them as always being like girlfriend, honey child, all Will and Grace about it. They are not all like that. I've met plenty of gay guys you would never even know were gay. So I think it's kind of insulting to even bring that kind of character. And what's his name going to be? Heather? What is he, genital fluid too? Does he not, is he like, is he a he, she? I'm sorry, what's the politically correct term for that now? Confused in the fucking head? No, I'm sorry, tranny? No, that's wrong. Just like, I looked at the trailer. At the beginning, it's got Shannon Doherty. Why she's in it, she's a 50-year-old Heather now? Okay. She shoots at somebody or something like that. And then I see the popular kids, and I'm like, oh my God. First of all, are we going to really believe that these kids would be popular in any high school? The 3 that they picked out to be the popular clique? You got a big fat chick, She's fat. Sorry, I hate to break the PC bubble here and point out that she's got an extra few pounds and she looks like she's carrying another girl under her fucking shirt, but she's fat. She's fucking fat. And she just looks like an asshole. Like, not even like a good, like, bitchy villain asshole. It just looks like I wouldn't even want to hang out with this chick. She looks like she smells. That's what the thing is. To me, I know, I'm nuts like that, but I think that she's got this big, like frumpy, like, pink coat that's supposed to be hip or something like that. She's supposed to terrorize the whole school. Maybe she doesn't wear deodorant. Maybe that's why she terrorizes the whole school in this new Heathers. Maybe, I think they're all afraid of her in this new Heathers because they're afraid she's going to eat their snacks. Like, she's going to somehow find out they got a power bar on them and they're going to steal it from her, and she's going to steal it from them and shove it in her big fat mouth. Then there's this flaming gay guy, like, you know, the little bitchy queen. Gotta have a bitchy queen in there because that was in the first one. Oh wait, no it wasn't at all. At all. They should have remade Heathers by being like, you know what, we are going to remake this movie by, we're going to take a shit, the director, on a plate. I'm going to take a huge steaming shit with corn, beans, everything in it, and put it on a plate, and I'm going to shoot it in 35 millimeter and show it in IMAX. There's your new Heathers movie. Because it would be better than this abominable trash that they're fucking putting out now. And then I was reading the interviews of some of these people trying to justify their horrible, trying to get a paycheck. Like the main bitch, who's the main Heather. I guess her name's still Heather. I don't know. Maybe it's, you know, fat shit. I don't know. And she's all like, people are really afraid of her because she's got a social media presence and her confidence makes people scared. Because that's what I want to see in a really dark comedy. A girl who's empowered about, you know, being overweight and therefore, you know, less healthy than everybody else who isn't overweight. It's a fact. It's science. I'm sorry. Again, hate to break the bubble. Yeah. She can die of a heart attack sooner than anybody else. Hate to break it. The flaming homo. I mean, okay, we got to do that stereotype again. It's 1974. We're going to, you know, what is he going to come out with a little sassy scarf and some shit? And like, you know, he's going to fart and semen's going to come out? What the fuck? I mean, and the black chick, I mean, like, they whited her up. I'd be offended by that. If you're gonna make her black, make her fucking hood black. Not even hood black, make her an intelligent black chick who wouldn't hang out with these motherfuckers. This whole thing is so full of stereotypes. So the fact that they're trying to pretend that they're like doing like, you know, some counter stereotyping thing, bullshit. And then I read a tweet from the piece of shit who remade Heathers into this awful TV show. It's gonna be on Paramount, which I don't even know is a real channel. Is it? I don't know. And he's like, I didn't think people would want to see anybody following around a boy for 10, you know, episodes like she did in the first movie. She didn't follow around a guy for the whole movie. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. She was in a love triangle. It was kind of the thing, not triangle. She was in love with this guy, which was kind of who was leading her astray. What? Did you even watch the film? Did somebody just say, Heathers, can you remake it? Sure, I can make it horrible. Yeah, give it to him. He makes things god-awful trash. I'm just so sick of this type of shit where they're just, you know, if you're going to make it right. John Waters or somebody who's not PC should have remade Heathers. That's what it should have been. Even Rob Zombie, I'd love, maybe he's better at comedy than he is horror films because he fucking sucks at those. Although he probably put his wife as the main Heather. I'm like, no, they'll believe she's, you know, this 50-year-old bitch is fucking, you know, 17, really. But stop fucking with our shit. Get your own. Create something. I mean, God, you ain't created anything good yet. We're waiting. TikTok. But yeah, so I'm not excited about the new Heathers at all, and I think Hollywood's run out of new ideas. I mean, there's another Halloween coming out, which I'm a horror movie fan, love it, but is anything original anymore? Like, anything at all? It was original, but kind of, sort of not, because it was made based off the 1990. That's another thing. It's like, why would you slap my generation in the face when, you know who the biggest contributor to the box office of It was? My generation. Why? Because we were children when that movie came out, when the It miniseries came out. We grew up on it, so of course we wanted to check out the new one when there was a whole article on it I read. I'm sure it's like some fake website, but you know, I believe what I read. And but it turned out it was like 25 to, no, not 20, it was like 30 to 45-year-olds made up the main crowd that put the most money into the box office of that movie. Not that everybody else didn't see it and, you know, have some nostalgia for it, but it's just true. Anyway, Heathers is garbage. Stop, you know, recycling shit. Make something interesting. And, you know, why don't we just Heathers, like, you know, deaf mute Heathers? Why not? Like, why don't we just make them all not Heathers at all? Just truckers. 3 truckers who, for some reason, still go to high school and are just walking around with beer bellies, hanging out and bullying people. Why not? Makes as much sense as what they're doing. Fucking hell.